أكبر. ربنا يحميك يا رب، ربنا يحميك يا أبوي، ربنا يحميك يا أبوي.
بكلمك من جوال يهودية قتلتها وقتلت جوزها.
الله أكبر، الله أكبر ولله الحمد.
With my own hands, I killed 10. His father says he's proud. Think about that. Roughly half of American youth, the core of the Democratic Party, is on his side. With us now, Batya Ungar-Sargon, opinion editor for Newsweek, and Alana Goodman, senior investigative reporter for the Washington Free Beacon. Ladies, good to see you. Alana, am I right to be as stunned as I am by those numbers?
It's horrifying. And I think, just as there will be a reckoning in Israel for the security lapses on the border, there will be a reckoning in the United States, and particularly among American Jews, over how we have gotten to a place like this where anti-Semitism has infiltrated so many of our higher institutions, from academia to politics. And, I think it's particularly a wake-up call for American Jews who tend to align themselves with the left politically and to vote Democrat, looking at organizations that they've spent many times supporting, who now are backing an organization that wants to eradicate the Jews.
Batya, you used to be a Democrat, at least a progressive in some ways. I remember when we first started talking. I'll let you take this, right? I mean, there is this war inside the Democratic Party, and put aside for a second Jews inside the Democratic Party, because I don't understand any member of the Jewish community who could still support the Democratic Party after what you're hearing from the White House. But in a broader sense, how do you deal with this now group of young Americans who are siding with Hamas? That same group of Americans would have never sided with al-Qaeda.
I have a bit of a counterintuitive take on this, maybe. I just am not an alarmist when it comes to this. Maybe it's because I cannot help but think of this country through the lens of its history and its past vis-a-vis Jews. There has never been a country in the history of this planet that has been so good to the Jews. But also, like you said in your intro, Leland, there is no comparing the way that President Biden has spoken about Israel and Hamas since the horrific October 7th massacre with the disgusting calls from the Squad for a ceasefire, which means, like you said, let's allow Hamas to keep murdering and raping and pillaging. But also, Leland, I gotta say, you cannot compare the support President Biden has given Israel to the absolutely disgusting moral preening we saw from President Obama yesterday when he uploaded his thoughts as if anybody was sitting around wondering what he's thinking about this issue. President Biden represents the Democratic Party, and I have to say,
hold on. Batya, I'm going to let you answer about this, okay? Look, President Biden has been unquestioning in his support for Israel. Behind the scenes, it's questionable in terms of what's going on and pressure to delay the invasion and the like. But compare that to this. The UK Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, blasted the Metropolitan Police for not acting on jihad chants at Palestinian protests, told police to tackle pro-Palestinian extremism head on. Right? That's not what we hear from the White House. That's not what we hear from President Biden. That's not what we heard during his speech.
Yeah, but Leland, we have a First Amendment, right? I mean, that's what makes this the most amazing country on the planet. We don't arrest people for chanting jihad.
Hold on. No, we do have a First Amendment. You have a right to say it. But politicians also have the right to come out and talk about it and denounce it. And give me a second here, okay? We're going to play side by side Charlottesville in 2017, when 50 Proud Boy neo-Nazis showed up, versus what we've seen on the streets recently in America. Take a look.
Intifada, Intifada. Long live the Intifada. Jews will not replace us. Jews will not replace us. Jews will not replace us.
By my count, Alana, there was way more people shouting "Long live the Intifada," which is code for "Let's kill all the Jews." Intifada is the popular uprising of the Palestinians. And after Charlottesville, we were supposed to have a national reckoning. President Trump was called on the carpet for weeks over that and not denouncing it in the proper form. Yet that's not happening to President Biden for not denouncing far more people. Why is that?
Right. No, that's a great point. And this is something that this hasn't just happened overnight. We didn't just wake up and this happened. Irving Kristol once said that a neoconservative is a liberal who's been mugged by reality. I think that a lot of American Jews were mugged by reality on October 7th. And they have woken up to see that there is a major problem on the left in this country with anti-Semitism and rising anti-Semitism that comes out of these college campuses has really affected
you sort of
the campuses.
Celebrated. I just want to give Batya the last word since I got in there, Batya. Give me your response to the difference between what is required by politicians after 2017 in Charlottesville versus what is being required by the media today. You got 20 seconds or so.
Leland, I think calling a politician a hypocrite is like saying they have 2 arms and 2 legs, right? I mean, how much could you ask already? He stood up to his Biden stood up to his whole party and supported Israel. I'm proud of him for doing that, and so is Israel. So I still feel pretty good.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.